And I know you mentioned alcohol helps, but you also tell the girl you're talking to that you're not asking her, you're telling her, you're leaving with me. That's a...
Yeah, and it's so funny that, God, no, I mean, you're absolutely correct, and it's one of those things where that assertiveness I felt like has been missing in my life. You know, I was raised to be, you know, a traditional gentleman, things like that, be nice to women, respect them, obviously, but I think that deep down, that's a part of me maybe I've taken so seriously to the point where I feel like I lack the ability to attract them sometimes. And, you know, I've almost felt like I've been groomed to not be assertive because it's disrespectful, or to not say, yeah, I want you or I want that. I almost feel guilty acting like that. And I feel like I've been conditioned to feel that because, you know, I've also was raised by a single mother. And, you know, my grandmother was involved a lot in my life. I've had a lot of, like, women mentors and things of that nature. And it's like I've always put them, damn, it's kind of crazy. Like, I've always put women on a pedestal. And I think that that's been, like, a detriment a lot of times. And one of the things that, in that moment, I don't do that. And it's crazy because it's kind of like, and it kind of makes me sad that I have to use something to not feel guilty about what I feel really is the right thing to do deep down. If that makes any sense. I know it can sound kind of confusing, but it's just, I don't know, it kind of goes back to me feeling like I can't be like that naturally, almost as if I've been conditioned to feel that way. And it's me alcohol just helps me say, like, to that voice in my head, like, go away. Like, stop holding me back, you know?
So was the alcohol, because this is also what you mentioned as well, is the alcohol making it easier to be a liar? Or is it making it easier for you to tell the truth? You mentioned in the song that you're a liar. What are you lying about?
So it kind of just highlights that back and forth, that internal combat of my mind. So when I'm sober, I feel like I'm repressing what you hear in that song. And that song was written from the perspective of someone that doesn't care about what people think. So you have those two going against each other all the time. Like, honestly, I feel like in my life, those two voices are constantly fighting each other. And you've got the Nick in real life that's trying to decipher which one he should listen to. So, like I said, it's almost like a fight between who I am versus who I want to be. And in that moment, it's like, yeah, it's like I'm almost saying I'm a liar confidently. It's like, who would do that? Right? But it's almost an expression of how I feel about myself. I lie. And I lie to myself. And it's as simple as that.
With you lying to yourself, I mean, how have prior relationships contribute to you lying to yourself?
I think it all kind of circles back to the one that we talked about. We sort of mentioned a little earlier, and I don't know if I can really elaborate on it too much yet, but it was a horrible experience. One that really did change my life, I believe. And when I was going through it, it felt like the worst thing I'd ever been through. And I think a lot of that repression as well kind of came from that. I felt like I was in a box and that I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So in this song, when I got the opportunity, you can see I just blew the gates off it. I said what I wanted to, did what I wanted to. Even if it was toxic, I didn't care. Even if doing what I wanted to do hurt me, I didn't care.
So your liberation was from this traumatic relationship.
Yeah.
I want to jump back into some of your lyrics.
Okay.
Can't believe the thoughts that are up in my head. Wasn't like this when I got out the bed. Something sinister is calling my name. Mental pleasure, I'm just playing the game. People say it's something different. I changed. Yeah, you know, stay in your lane. All I know is nothing's the same. Exactly what I intended to be. Something sinister is calling your name. That it immediately stuck out. What is that?
I don't know. I don't know. There's just something in me that just sometimes wants to not care. Because I feel like I've